at 7, you're looking live at Weather Tracker 2. Wow, some measurable snow here on the roads here. 1 inch to about 2 inches falling. Scott will talk about that in just a little bit, but make sure you are staying safe as you head out this morning. Here's what you need to know as you get you started on your Wednesday, February 12th. Today is Lincoln's birthday, which is a state holiday. Schools and banks can choose to be open or closed today, so refer to your town and your banks. The post office is open today, so you'll get your mail, but the DMV and most government offices will be closed today. Good morning, I'm Tracey McCain, and we're going to get right started with the weather. Scott, Haney, I feel like I've been talking all morning and my mouth needs a break.
And let me tell you something. The only show that I'm not in today is The Young and the Restless. I mean, stay tuned. I'm in every show.
I know.
Mostly cloudy start.
Blah, blah, blah.
Slick spots. Unfortunately, this morning along the shoreline, we just showed you Weather Tracker moving through some of those snow-covered roads out there. And snow to a little bit of an icy mix tonight through tomorrow morning. That's going to lead to a slick morning commute. We're going to go on the air over on Channel 3 at 4 a.m. for you tomorrow morning. And then the weekend, not looking great either. The weekend's looking winter weather advisory in effect for most of the state through tonight and into tomorrow morning. We're expecting initially snow and then an icy mix tonight. Initially snow to an icy mix in inland Connecticut, plain rain along the shoreline. Untreated surfaces tomorrow could be slick. We're not expecting a lot of snow out of this system, close to about 1 inch overnight tonight through early tomorrow morning, but it is enough. We're more worried about the glaze of ice. Let me just go back and show you that little bit of a glaze of ice that we're anticipating on top of the snow. All right, Saturday and Sunday, we're talking about another event. And then we're talking about traveling, poor drainage, flooding. It could be snow to a mix to rain. Oh, it's not going to be good Saturday afternoon through Sunday. A long duration storm headed in our direction. Your forecast for today calls for temperatures between 29 and 36. Mostly cloudy with snow tonight, changing over to sleet and freezing rain by very early tomorrow morning, thus prompting a first alert weather day. Your 7-day forecast is coming up in just a bit. In the morning, good morning, Tracey.
Good morning. We have a crash to talk about in your first alert traffic.
Where's this? Oh, boy.
Middletown. This is just reported minutes ago. A crash between two vehicles on I-91 northbound, right between exits 18 and 20. As you can see here, that left lane is closed. There was significant weather over there overnight, so that could be partially to blame. However, what you need to know is to be careful in this area. Again, I-91 northbound, right between exits 18 and 20 in Middletown. We'll keep an updated look on your first alert traffic report, bid driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers. All right, this morning we are working to learn more from police about a person who was hit by a car in Hamden. They tell us it happened on Dixwell Avenue between George and Pine Streets. We have a look at what our team found just after 11 o'clock last night. The driver did stay on the scene. Police say the victim is badly hurt. Right now, state police are searching for a suspect who may be armed after a wild road rage incident. We're told a person showed a gun to someone on I-84 right near exit 17 Tuesday morning. At one point, police say the suspect hit a cruiser before abandoning the car at a rest area in Southington and then taking off. We are working to learn more details about exactly what happened during that incident. All right, starting today, Norwich Public Schools have a new policy when it comes to protecting students from federal immigration agents. The city's Board of Education approved new protocol for staff to follow should ICE agents appear on campus. Your reporter Marcy Jones is in Norwich, laying out that plan of action.
Here in Norwich, a newly approved policy that's 3 pages long has multiple steps to follow in the case that ICE agents show up at the schools. Let's break it all down for you. Now, the policy states that federal immigration agents are required to have a warrant to enter any school. In the event that a warrant is presented, staff must notify the superintendent immediately. The policy also explicitly prohibits agents from asking students directly about their own immigration status as well as their families. The Board of Education meeting last night got pretty heated at one point.
We never let any visitors in our school. We don't even let parents in our school. It's like pulling teeth to get a parent's permission. You really think that we're just going to oh yeah, open the doors, ICE is here.
The new policy was passed in a 5-2 vote, and it will go into effect immediately. Your reporter in Norwich, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Mars, thanks. A private boarding school in Kent is facing a class action lawsuit after a longtime employee there was charged with some serious crimes. The lawsuit says a former IT administrator at the Kent school had unlimited access to intimate photos and videos from personal devices of students and alumni for over 20 years. This lawsuit accuses leaders at the school of failing to protect students and staff. The lawsuit claims the plaintiffs were victims of sexual exploitation. We reached out to the Kent school and have not heard back. That employee who was arrested is now facing federal charges. We've also learned that 9 custodians at Enfield High School have been fired after a big investigation there. The town says the janitors who worked second shift at the high school have been charged with theft of time, meaning they are accused of taking pay for time they did not work. We've learned that they were employed by the Enfield Building and Grounds Department, which is part of the Department of Public Works. Well, today in Bristol, school leaders will discuss the possibility of adding metal detecting wands at local schools. At the meeting, they'll also discuss whether they're going to hire a private firm to help them find a new superintendent. You can attend that meeting in person or by logging on to Zoom. It starts at 7 o'clock tonight. Well, happening now, stocking up on eggs at the grocery store could cause you some problems. 2 major grocery chains are now limiting how many eggs you can buy at once. Your reporter Olivia Schuler has breaking down that new policy.
Hey Tracy, good morning. Well, places here like Trader Joe's as well as Costco are capping the amount of eggs that a person can purchase. Now, it's all due to the bird flu, and these grocery store chains want to make sure that there is enough to go around for everyone. So we want to break down those policies. Costco says shoppers can only get 3 egg packages per shopper. Everything is sold in bulk, so that's typically 2 or 4 dozen cartons. Now, Trader Joe's is 1 dozen per person per visit. And the cap will impact about 600 Trader Joe's, including locations here in Connecticut. Now, we spoke to one Connecticut resident who says limiting the number of cartons may be hard for some shoppers, especially people like him who rely on eggs to have for breakfast every single morning.
That's hard, especially if you eat eggs every day, and like I do, so that is a little bit harder. So you have to do a little bit more shopping, but I also notice, because I'm lucky in the sense that there are local producers in the area that have their own chickens, and then they sell eggs.
It's not clear how long places like Trader Joe's and Costco are going to be limiting how many eggs a person can purchase, but if you stay with Channel 3, we'll make sure to bring you updates. Your reporter in West Hartford, Olivia Schuler, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
A major update this morning on Congressman John Larson after his health scare in Washington. We've learned he suffered a seizure. The congressman appeared to freeze up during a speech on the House floor Monday morning. His team initially said it was a reaction to a new medication, but now Congressman Larson says it was a complex partial seizure, which doctors say may have been linked to a heart issue he was born with. So glad he's doing better this morning. An American teacher detained in Russia is now back on U.S. soil. Mark Fogel had been held captive in Russia since 2021. His family says he was carrying marijuana to treat chronic back pain. The Kremlin in Russia tells us the person sent back to Russia was a Russian citizen, but neither Russia nor the White House have specified exactly who that is.
Temperatures this morning are not bad. We do have a little bit of snow cover in parts of southern Connecticut, so we're going to ask you budget in a little bit of extra travel time this morning, particularly along the shoreline. The numbers between 21 and 32 this morning. Remember, 20, typical overnight low. We're doing pretty good out there. We are up substantially from yesterday's single digits. We're at 7 to, look at this, 19 to 23 degrees better in Willimantic than yesterday. There's a little bit of a breeze out there. This has picked up, and it'll be a little bit of a breeze during the day today, making temperatures only in the low 30s feel a little bit colder. Maybe some limited sunshine, but for the most part, we're going mostly cloudy for both inland and for the shoreline. You're going to notice those clouds hang tough with, again, temperatures between about 35 and 37 degrees. Your 7-day forecast is coming up right now. As you can see, 3 first alert weather days. I'm going to talk more about that in the next 5 minutes. In the meantime, Tracy, we'll send it back to you.